Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 11 of What If Naruto Was Banished and got a supernatural ability. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Izuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor and enjoy that guys. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto Was the Sasuke King over on Anime King, so go ahead and enjoy that as well. And later on I'm going to be posting a brand new episode of What If Naruto was from the two greatest clans, so stay in tune for that and I hope you guys do enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for your help and support. Remember to comment down below and turn on that bell notifications they posted. So yeah, without further ado, let's start this new episode.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, a group of 3 Rain Shinobis were hired by Orochimaru to take on Naruto and bring him back his head, as Naruto quickly subdued the Shinobis and also the man that was chasing Shizuka, as Naruto turned them all into toads. As Naruto sent a message back to Jiraiya, as he told Jiraiya about the information got on Orochimaru, and that Orochimaru was going to meet them at the Tenchi Bridge. When Naruto arrived and he went to a local bar, Naruto met Jiraiya there telling a lot of girls about his famous stories over the years, as he also met a barkeep, which him and her had a wonderful time together as both of them got to know each other, as both him and Jiraiya then set up for the upcoming day. As the 3 Rain Ninjas were on the bridge as Orochimaru came out there with Kabuto, Orochimaru then noticed something about their shadows, as Jiraiya and Naruto and a clone leaped away as Naruto took the briefcase of money. Orochimaru was just gonna kill the Rain Ninjas, but Naruto did that himself, as he snapped their necks. As Naruto went after Kabuto as Jiraiya went after Orochimaru, as Kabuto really thought he stand a chance against Naruto, when Naruto started to snap his arms together and snap his legs, as Naruto used his telekinesis and rippled Kabuto's teeth, as Kabuto cried out in pain and agony as he was suffering, as Naruto left the clone behind to keep a watch over Kabuto, as he then went and found Orochimaru facing off against Jiraiya, as Naruto activated Kurama Cloak, as Naruto started to beat the living crap out of Orochimaru, as Orochimaru turned into a giant white snake made up of a lot of little snakes, as Naruto with Kurama Cloak ripped him apart, as he told Jiraiya to get clear, as he created a Biju bomb and launched it. The Biju bomb clean through the air and made contact, as a massive explosion went off, eradicating Orochimaru's body, ending the miserable snake's life, as Jiraiya came down there, as they took Kabuto so they can get any other information on Orochimaru hideouts or his experiments so they can stop his disgusting work all over the elemental nations. They felt responsibility since he was a Konoha shinobi, and with that, Naruto and Jiraiya parted ways. Black Zetsu saw the entire thing as he reported back to the Akatsuki, as they couldn't believe how strong Naruto was getting, to see that the boy has control over the Nine-Tailed, as Pain will be the one to go after him. After that, Naruto decided to take a vacation as he went to a beach, where he met up with Chao and Minsu, surprised that the both of them are here. But seeing the both of them, he knew that he was going to have a wonderful time even more now. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. After leaving the beach, after meeting up with Chao and Minsu, let's just say Naruto had a wonderful time with them. And right now Naruto was in the former land of Uzu, as he was in one of the few standing buildings. He had managed to turn that building into his current place of staying while in Uzu. He was currently sitting at a table with high authority figures such as Gaara the Kazekage, Mei the Mizukage, Princess Koyoki of the Snow Country, and Shin, the priestess of the Demon Country. Naruto had blueprints of building structures that he had Kazuna draw up for him. This is where my office building will be set up, Naruto said, and the Ninja Academy will be right there. A very thought out plan, Naruto, said Gaara. Though, are you sure you'll be able to fit all these buildings on this one island, said Mei. Not to worry, that's because where you come in, Mei. Me, she said. Yes, I will use my earth, jutsu, and psychic to rise pieces of earth from the water. That is where you use your lava release to melt and combine the lands together to increase the size. Ingenious, Mei said. And who is going to occupy this new village that you're creating? Shin asked curiously. I've met plenty of people over the last 3 years, and most of them said they will be honored to live with me, Naruto said, recalling the people that he has met. Some of the Fuma clan members, Aisarabe, Sarah, Amaru, Su and Chao would relocate. And last week I went back to the sound to free some of the captives that Orochimaru had in lockup. Most of them still have their sanity. Whoever don't have a family, I would welcome them to live in my land. At least the ones I have done a full study over to make sure they're not dangerous criminals. It's still actually a surprise that you killed Orochimaru, said Gaara. The guy had it coming, Naruto said. What about the Akatsuki organization, Koyuki asked. I'll deal with them when the time is right, Naruto said. If you say so, Naruto, said Shin. I am just glad to have the four of you on my side. I will need all the support I can if I'm going to restore Uzu. Hey, if the nation get a bigger reputation than it did back then, I can very well own the title of Kage. It will take a lot of hard work from not only yourself, but the village as well, said Gaara. I know, I just want to keep all possibilities open. So Naruto, what's next for you? Asked Koyuki. Well, I plan on visiting Shin here in our own country, but before that I have a detour to make. Detour? Said Mei. Yes, there are 3 bases of Orochimaru that I'm going to check out. Each one holds a candidate that would provide me with extra strength and knowledge to help me build up my village. How do you know which place to go and why do they house these individuals? Gaara asked. Well, while I was scoping out one of Orochimaru's bases, I got multiple data on the documents he has collected over the years about certain ninjas and certain jutsus. You will be amazed on the type of shinobi that has been kept in captive for so many years. So which shinobi do you have in mind, Mei asked. Well, let me see, Naruto said as he pulled out a scroll and started to read. You might know this one, Mei. His name is Shigetsu. Him, said Mei. Mei-sama, is something wrong? Asked Koyuki. Who is Shigetsu? Said Gaara. Shigetsu was one of the 2 Hoshi brothers, who are in fact the descendants of the village second Mizukage. The 2 brothers are once training as they wanted to become a part of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen. Unfortunately, only Shigetsu's older brother was able to become a part of the group, but had a premature death upon joining the group. Shigetsu, being torn about what happened to his brother, he went missing in, and he made a vow. He was going to resurrect the group by collecting all of his swords and making a new group, with him the leader. So he fled the village years ago and he hasn't been heard from since. Well, Orochimaru captured him because of his special ability to mold his body into liquid and revert it back. With the proper motivation, you'll be an expert fighter from my village. And you said that you only received the Hammurabi blade, right? Yes, Mei confirmed. Well, I'll see to it that he doesn't harm Kojiro when it comes time for him to complete the sword set then. Who knows, maybe Kojiro will want to join Shigetsu's group. So who are the others you have in mind, Shane asked. The next one's a girl, her name is Karin. She's a special type of shinobi, the special sensory ability that can detect chakra from enemies from a far distance away, and she also has this strange healing ability that can restore someone's chakra by biting her. Ouch, Mei said. But that is not my only reason, Naruto said. Karin is in fact a Uzumaki, the 4 leaders said. Are you sure? Koyuki asked. Yes, because there have been barely any trace of Uzumakis through the land after Uzu destruction, Mei said. It's all here in Orochimaru's notes, Naruto said. So it's true, Mei said. More Uzumaki still live. Yes, and I can't let her be held up by Orochimaru. Even though, according to the records, she proven to be loyal to him. I think I can convince her to join me. You all know how persuasive I am, he said. As Koyuki and Shin blushed. And who is the 3rd individual, Gaara said. His name is Jugo, and he's a source of Orochimaru curse markings. What? They asked. Yes, that's right, Naruto said. But he also have an unstable personality. One moment he can be good and calm, and the next moment, a psychopathic killing machine. He was said to have destroyed the entire village while in psycho mode. However, he's aware of his destructive and hate what he does in his murderous mode. He spent a lot of time isolating himself in order to keep his bad behavior. He was founded by Orochimaru top fighter Kimimaro and convinced to join, to hope to find a way to cure his destructive urges. However, Orochimaru was amazed by Jugo's ability to absorb natural energy that allowed him to undergo very drastic physical alterations at the cost of his mentality. Absorb natural nature? But Naruto, isn't that like Shin said? Yes, Naruto said, the same way how I utilize Sage Jutsu. Orochimaru's ability to discover the origin about this led him to the Ryuka cave where he learned Sage Mode. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't use Sage Mode properly. So instead he created the Curse Seals by combining Senjutsu Chakra into the mutated enzymes he took from Jugo's blood. So Kimimaro, Sasuke and the other four, Gaara said. Yes, they each carry a piece of Jugo on them, Naruto nodded. These sound like some serious shinobis you're talking about, Naruto. Especially this Jugo, said Koyoke. Are you absolutely sure it will be safe for you to incorporate someone who even cannot control their own mad urges, said Mei. Not to worry, Naruto said, I got a secret open to help him. Well, Naruto, it is your choice, Gaara said. Thank you for respecting my choice, Gaara, Naruto said. Well then, I think we can call this meeting adjourned, Mei said. Agreed, said Gaara. Well then, allow me to get you back home, he said, as he created 4 clones. As one of the clones went over and held up Gaara by his arms, and the other 3 went over and carried Mei, Koyoke, and Shin bridal style. I'll see you soon, Shin, Naruto said, the real one. I'll be waiting, she said. No then, Naruto said as he exited through the window, as he started to fly up in the sky. Time to get my new band together, as he dashed off. Naruto has been flying across the sea for some time now, until he reached a rocky island, as he saw a compound on it that looked deserted. As he landed and started to walk inside. As he walked inside along the hallway, he heard drips, as he saw numerous tanks with water in them, and some strange creatures, as some mutated things. He then stopped in front of one of them that was just filled with water alone. This must be it, Naruto said, as he knocked on the glass. Hello, a voice said. Looks like I got some company today. To who do I owe the pleasure? I am Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto said. You must be Shigetsu, correct? That's me. So what brings you to a place like this, Naruto Uzumaki? Shigetsu asked. You, of course, Naruto said. But let's discuss things face to face. Naruto tapped his finger on the glass, but instead he just used his psychic power as the glasses break apart, as he leaped back as the water started to pour out. Shigetsu pulled himself up from the water. Free at last, he said. Thank you, Naruto, he said, as he had a big smirk on his face. No problem, Naruto said. Now, put some clothes on. How did you find this place, Shigetsu asked. From Orochimaru records. Orochimaru? You've met him, Shigetsu said. Plenty of time, but I just recently killed him, Naruto said. Shigetsu's eyes widened. You killed him? As Shigetsu chuckled a bit. You can't kill Orochimaru, he said. That man is a freak immortal being. You doubt me. Then perhaps this will change your mind, Naruto said, as suddenly the Bijou cloak came around him. What do you have to say now? Shigetsu stepped back. This chakra you're admitting is not human. What are you, he asked. As the ground was literally shattering around Naruto, all of the glass tanks in the place started to break apart. I'm a Jinjulki, Naruto said. A Jinjulki? Seriously? Said Shigetsu. That's right, and I'm in control of my Bijou power. I use it in conjunction with my own power to shred Orochimaru to pieces. That's good, Shigetsu said. So why did you free me? Like I said, put some clothes on and we will talk. And with that he walked off. Soon enough, Shigetsu was dressed in a purple sleeveless shirt and grey pants and sandals. He was sipping water from a bottle as he and Naruto was sitting outside, looking at the ocean. So why did you free me, he asked. Because I need your help. My help, Shigetsu said. Yes, for I have a plan, but I will need your particular abilities and strength to achieve this plan. And what is this plan of yours? I'm going to restore Uzu to its former glory before it was destroyed by paranoid nations. Uzu? Judging from your hair, you're Uzumaki, I can guess. Yes, I am, Naruto said, but I wasn't born there. Where were you born then? In Konoha, Naruto said. Konoha? So you're a shinobi from there, Shigetsu asked. No, Naruto said. I was banished 3 years ago. Banished? What did you do for them to banish you? I did nothing wrong, Naruto said, with a bit of bitterness in his tone. Then why banish you if you didn't do anything wrong, Shigetsu asked. Alright, Naruto said, as he explained his story to Shigetsu, with leaving out the part about how he acquired his powers. As Shigetsu was surprised as everyone else who he told his story. You got banished for completing a mission. That is rather stupid. It's hard to believe, but it's true, Naruto said. Geez, Yukonoha folks are so biased, said Shigetsu, as he took a sip of his water. Well, not everybody, Naruto corrected him. Most of the council, excluding the Hokage. They made my life hell since birth, and they finally got rid of me. Hey, I feel your pain, in a sense, Shigetsu said. I can tell, Naruto said, since I read about your own history from Orochimaru notes. So you came here to incorporate me into your village into the making. Why, Shigetsu asked. Because we have a common cause, Naruto said. You wish to bring forth the new generation of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen, but to do that you require the 7 swords themselves. Yeah, Shigetsu said. Well, it just so happened that one of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen is my enemy, Kisame. Kisame senpai? Said Shigetsu. Yes, Naruto said. As Naruto stood up looking down at Shigetsu, join me at my side and we can defeat Kisame and the group that he's associated with. Then you will be free to bring forth a new generation of swordsmen. Shigetsu narrowed his eyes. What's a catch? Simply, you will not harm anyone from Kiri because of an alliance made out with the Mizukage. I know you want to make up the swordsman, but don't take any frustration you have upon your brother's death upon the new generation of Kiri. Because that was back then and this is now. Shigetsu raised the eyebrow as he took Naruto towards the heart. So Shigetsu, will you join me to achieve my goal, Naruto said, and to achieve yours as well? As Naruto held out his hand. It's not like I have anything better to do, Shigetsu said. As he took Naruto's hand. Deal, he said. Good, now we have others to recruit. Others? Who, Shigetsu asked. 2 more associates of Orochimaru, Karin and Jugo. What? Those 2? Jugo I understand, but Karin? Is that a problem, Naruto asked. I don't get along with those 2, especially Karin, he said. I am not asking you to like them. I am asking you to cooperate with each other, Naruto said. Well, alright, but it's only because you free me. Good, then shall we head south and collect Karin? One moment, before going there, I would like us to make a quick detour to the Wave Country. Wave, you say, Naruto said, knowing what was coming next. Yes, you said that is where you fought Zabuza. Well, I like to get something of his. Very well, Naruto says. He held on to Shigetsu's arm. Try not to scream or move around too much. Why, Shigetsu said. As Naruto took off. What the hell? Wait, are we flying? What? Are we really flying, Shigetsu asked. Yeah, Naruto said, as he pushed off at top speed, as Shigetsu was enjoying the flight. Soon they arrived at the land of waves. As Naruto smiled seeing the place, remember when we came here as a genin. He and Shigetsu stopped as he looked at the bridge. Great Naruto bridge, Shigetsu said, turn to Naruto. What can I say, Naruto said. I was an inspiration to these people. Do not cower in fear in front of their enemies. Well, let's go. As the 2 of them walked off. As the little town that was once in ruin was now restored, it was big and busy. As they walked, Shigetsu's stomach growled. Man, I'm getting hungry, said Shigetsu. Naruto smiled. Come on, I know a place, he said. As the group came upon a door. As Shigetsu looked at the 2-story house as Naruto knocked on the door. An old man opened the door and looked them over. The man then rubbed his eyes a few times. Naruto? Yes, me, Tazuna said. Naruto. Naruto, Tazuna said. Well, come on in. This is my friend here, Naruto said. Both of you, said Tazuna. Why didn't you tell me you were coming? Oh, it wasn't exactly planned, Naruto said. Regardless, it's always good to see you visit. Hey, Tsunami, Inari, look who's here. As Inari was older and a bit taller than he was 3 years ago. Naruto? Tsunami said. Naruto? Said Inari. Hey guys, Naruto said. As Tatsumi came over and gave Naruto a hug, which he shared back. As him and Inari bumped fists. It's nice to see you, Naruto said. All of you. Hey, who's that guy? Asked Inari. Oh, he's my new friend, Naruto said. His name is Shigetsu. Nice to meet you, said Tazuna as he greeted Shigetsu. Any friend of Naruto is welcome here, said Tsunami. Thanks, said Shigetsu. This is Tazuna, the one who built the bridge, Naruto said. This is his daughter and his grandson. A pleasure to meet all of you, said Shigetsu. I was just in the process of fixing some lunch. How about I fix you boys some lunch, said Tsunami. That sounds great, Naruto said. Sure thing, said Shigetsu. Soon enough, they got food, as they thanked the wonderful family and they headed out. As they went, wonderful, Shigetsu said, as he held the blade by the hilt, picking it up. As his arm grew bigger and bigger, as he slashed the blade through the air. You sure you're actually capable of wielding it, Naruto said, seeing how much effort he put into it. I told you already, the blades are passed down through generations. I train like hell to be able to wield one of them. Besides, if Jugo is going to join us, I need this for insurance. I don't think you'll have to worry about that. What do you mean, said Shigetsu. as he strapped the sword to his back. Alright, I got what I needed now. So where to? Oh yeah, that bitch, he said. Maybe I don't know her like you do, Naruto said. But she's a Uzumaki, and now that I know that she's out there, I can't just leave her alone. After all, Orochimaru is dead now, so she doesn't have to continue her job as a security guard. Well, unlike me, she's actually dedicated to the guy, even in death, Shigetsu said. Don't worry, I'll manage, Naruto said, as Naruto and Shigetsu took off. Time skip. Karin was inside as she was just going through a couple of files. She then felt it, as she felt two people landed. The feeling of one of their chakra, it was so welcoming and calm, and it was also similar to hers. Then the other one. What is that disgusting water glob doing here, she thought. Meanwhile, Naruto and Shigetsu were walking down the corridors that were filled with prison cells, and several inmates were in most of them. The two of them then came to a stop when they saw someone walk out of the shadows. Well, who do we have here? Karin, I presume, said Naruto. Yeah, so what, she said. My name is Naruto. I came here for you. For me, said Karin. Hey, you know I'm here too, Shigetsu said, as she acted like she didn't even see him. Karin didn't even glance at him. So what do you want, she said, looking at Naruto. A moment of your time. Well, can't you see I'm busy here? You don't look at all busy, said Shigetsu. Shut the hell up. Okay, you two, that's enough, Naruto said. Shigetsu, we didn't came here for a fight. Karin, I came here because I need your help. My help? Yes, for I happen to know who you really are. Oh, and who am I, she asks. You are Karin Uzumaki. How do you know that, she asks, stuttering a bit. Because, Karin, I'm also Uzumaki, Naruto said. You what? You can feel and sense chakra. You know I'm telling the truth, right, said Naruto. As Karin stood there, she could not deny the feeling it was similar to her own, and also the red hair. You're really a Uzumaki, she said. Said Naruto. I thought I was the only member left. In all my travels, I had never seen another Uzumaki. So did I, said Naruto. So does this mean we're cousins or something, she asked. Well, since we don't know the full family tree, let's go with that, Naruto said. So why else did you come here? And with him, she said, pointing at Shigetsu. I have a name, you know, said Shigetsu. Let's go someplace to talk about this, Naruto said. As Karin threw them to a private room as they were sitting down, Shigetsu was drinking from his water. So, what's up, Karin asked. First of all, I want to know how a member like you, of the Uzumaki clan, came to be under Orochimaru's control. Well, in many ways it's all I've ever known, she said. At a young age, I lived in a small village that was burned to the ground during a war. I was the only survivor and completely unharmed. Orochimaru found me and asked me how did I survive. I told him I could tell that huge groups of people were coming. He took a very good interest in my sensory and healing ability skills, and he brought me into his charge to experiment on my ability. Eventually, he gave me the position of jail guard at this base, only though he only come here once a while. So you did all of this for him because you felt like you owed him for him taking you in, said Naruto. Well, that, and I had nothing else going on for me, she said. That's for sure, said Shigetsu. Karin glared at Shigetsu until Naruto spoke. Well, Karin, today's your lucky day. I'm relieving you of your duties here. Relieving me? She said. That's right, because Orochimaru is dead, and word of that traveled fast. And get this, Karin, Naruto is the one who killed him. Karin did a double take as she stammered at Naruto. You killed Orochimaru, she said. I felt the same way, but it's true. Why would you kill Orochimaru, Karin asked. You're being rhetorical, right? Shigetsu asked, but she ignored him. The thing is, Karin, Orochimaru was one of the guys who costed me my old home, Naruto said. He what? Karin, get ready for a long and complicated story, said Shigetsu. Karin sighed as Naruto told her what he told Shigetsu. When he was finished, Karin was shocked about the parts, about his psychic power as well. So that's it, she asked. Yeah, Naruto said. I would have never guessed, she said. So now you want me to leave this place and come with you, to restore Uzo? That's right, come with me, Karin. Being the only known members of our clan, that gives us the opportunity of restoring our clan in our own way. But what about everything I have here, she said. Naruto turned towards Shigetsu. Go free all the prisoners. That way, you don't have anyone to guard. Got it, said Shigetsu, as he headed out. Don't even think about it, Karin shouted. Karin, there's no point in keeping them here until they die, Naruto said. They are free, just like you are. As Shigetsu went off. If you really don't want, Naruto said. As he kicked back, I could always find someone else in Orochimaru ranks to replace you, he said in a disappointed tone. Karin then locked the door. Karin, why did you lock the door, he asked. as she then started to act rather shyly around him, as Naruto didn't understand the quick change. Well, you see, I've been thinking about it, she said. And you're right. Why would I want to stand guard here? Watching guard for someone who is dead. And you're right, I should get out and enjoy life. But then they was pounding on the door. Hey, open this door. I know that you would pull something like this, Karen, as soon as I left. But the thing is, Naruto, why don't we just leave him? We can just do it ourselves. I've made up my mind about keeping Suigetsu, Karen, Naruto said. Suddenly, the door was crashed to the ground, as Suigetsu had his blade in his hand with his arm puffed up. Come on, Naruto, let's blow this place. It seems like she doesn't want to come along. Actually, Suigetsu, she says she changed her mind. Karen looked outraged. Wait, hold on. I never said I'll actually be. It's too late, Karen. I heard you, Naruto said. Karen sighed. Alright, I'll come with you, she said. Suigetsu the smirk. Alright. So now we're going for Jugo. Wait, Jugo? Karen said. You're gonna go for him as well? Yes, so come on you two. Let's go while we're still young. After letting all of the people out, Naruto summoned a clone that held on to Suigetsu's arm, while the real Naruto held Karen. Don't scream, and don't be afraid, I won't drop you. Hey, what are you doing? She asked. We're traveling to the north hideout my way, as he lifted them off the ground. Wait, what? Are we flying? She said, as Karen screamed, as Naruto sighed. Soon as they were getting close, Karen had calmed herself. Realized going to the north hideout is suicide. It's where Orochimaru did most of his human experiments, Jugo being his most favorite tech subject. Don't worry, Karen, I have a plan. What plan? She asked. Simple. I'm going to cure Jugo. Get real, man. If a crazy scientist like Orochimaru can do it, what makes sure you can? Orochimaru only used him to create that cursed markings that plague ninjas. He built that place only to house him and his destructive behavior. That's not the kind of cure you do for a guy, Naruto said. Hey, we're here, said Karen, pointing to the island ahead. Good, Naruto says they landed as he dispelled his clone. Let's go. As they start to walk until they reach the entry, as Naruto raised his hands at the door, were blown off the hinges. As they wandered around, they saw numerous corpses lying everywhere. It seems like a riot broke out, said Suigetsu. Karen suddenly froze. Jugo is close. I can feel him, she said, as she shivered a bit. As they walked down the hallway, they heard a mad scream, as Naruto then came up to the side to see Jugo, as he was in his cursed one, off the curse marked stage. That's him, Karen said. As Naruto started to walk forward, he knew he's walking to his death, right? Said Suigetsu, knowing how crazy Jugo is. Well, it was nice knowing him, said Suigetsu, as Karen frowned. Jugo then turned. Another man to kill, he said, as he dashed towards Naruto. Somebody do something, Karen said. Seeing Naruto walking so calmly and Jugo rushing towards him, Suigetsu quickly jumped in front of Naruto and blocked Jugo's strike. Hey Jugo, said Suigetsu. Working out, huh? I remember you, Jugo said. Yes, I do. You're Suigetsu. As Jugo pulled back his hand, but Naruto simply flicked two fingers, as Jugo was sent crashing into the wall, as Naruto pinned him to it with his psychic power. Wow, that's cool, said Karen. Naruto floated over to Jugo. Jugo, calm down. I'm only here to help you. Help me? Jugo said. Yeah, now hold still, Naruto said, as he pulled out a sealing tag, as he slammed it on Jugo's forehead, as a seal and a ray surrounded all of Jugo's body instantly, as Naruto went through more hand signs. Bipolar seal, Naruto said. As a seal, the paper started to fade away and the symbol on the seal started to tattoo right into Jugo's forehead, as Jugo winced out in pain a bit, but his monstrous form started to go away and he returned back to fully human form. After that was over, Jugo collapsed to the ground after Naruto released a psychic pull. As Jugo looked at his hands, I'm okay, he said. I use a seal to correct your destructive nature, Naruto said. You should be able to control your change now, without losing your sanity. Who are you? Jugo said. My name is Naruto, and I've come for you, Jugo. For me? Yes, I need your help. My help? Jugo said. Yeah, he's got really big plans, said Suigetsu as him and Karen approached. Walk with me, Jugo. There's a lot I have to fill you in on. Hey Naruto, what are we gonna do about the prisoners? Said Suigetsu. They all have unstable curse mark on them. They're doomed forever, Naruto said, as him and Jugo started to walk towards the exit. As they were going through the building, Naruto explained everything to Jugo, where he came from and why he was doing this and why he came for him. So, now you want me to join your future village, Jugo said. Yes, Jugo, you will find a better life there you can ever imagine. That I promise you. As Jugo studied Naruto for a few seconds, for scaring me of my insanity, I will follow you, he said. Excellent choice, Naruto said. From this moment on, you three will be my new team. Once I get my village going, we will start to take up missions from other places and get the ninja thing started. And who knows, we might end up making Uzo on par with the 5 great nations himself. You think so? Jugo asks. Anything is possible if we all do our part, Naruto said. What do you say? As he turned. Well, I'm ordained, said Shigetsu. I'm in as well, said Karin. As Jugo nodded. Right, Naruto said. Let's go. Time skip. Naruto's flying his 3 new partners over the ocean. As Shigetsu and Jugo were rather calm as Karin was still tense about getting dropped. As Naruto got Jugo some new clothes. As Naruto told him that he's taking them to meet someone special to him. So tell us, who is this special person you're taking us to see, Naruto asked Shigetsu. Well, she's a very important person in our land, Naruto said. As Shigetsu started to guess. A princess? No, Naruto said. A queen? No, Naruto said. Shigetsu was about to say something again, but he was cut off by Karin. Shigetsu, shut the hell up and let Naruto explain. You two really don't like each other, Naruto said. Alright. Her name is Shin and she's a priestess of the demon country. A priestess? Said Jugo. That's right, Naruto said. And you know her? The shrine matron, Shin, said Karin. Yeah, we have quite a history, Naruto said. What kind of history? Asked Shigetsu. History, that's for later, Naruto said. Right now we're there, as they approach the land. That was quite a flight, Jugo said. Hopefully we don't have to do it again for a long time, said Karin. What's the matter? Can't handle it? Scared, Shigetsu said. Karin punched him straight in the face, his head popped into water. As his head reformed, will you stop hitting me, he said. Alright you two, knock it off, Naruto said, as he started to walk, as the 3 of them followed behind him. As they walked through the town, as they noticed multiple people were staring at Naruto. As every once in a while they would gossip about Naruto, recognizing him. Wow, you must have quite a reputation here, Naruto, said Shigetsu. Well, it's only natural for saving their priestess' life, Naruto said. You saved her, Jugo asked. Yeah, and since then she and I has been great friends and associates. She's agreed to help me restore Uzo, using whatever she can in her power and authority. As they came up to a giant castle. Well, this is the place, Naruto said. As the 4 approached. Halt, the guard said. State your business. Relax, Binika. It's me, Naruto said as he showed the man a pass, given to him by Shin herself. Oh, Naruto, welcome. Lady Shin has been expecting your arrival, the guard said. Well, I didn't want to keep her waiting any longer, Naruto said. Oh, these 3 are my guests. Welcome, travelers, to the demon country. Lady Shin will see you now. As they were escorted to the throne where Shin sat. Shin, I'm here, Naruto called out. Shin looked up to see Naruto stand at the entrance. As she quickly got off her throne and rushed towards him and jumped on him. But Naruto caught her firmly in his arms. As she then started to kiss him. As Shigetsu started to make wolf whistles. As the both of them parted. I'm so glad you made it, Shin said. Wouldn't have missed it, Naruto said. As he noticed Shin looking at the 3 arrivals behind him. Oh yeah, that's right. Shin, allow me to introduce you to my 3 new friends. The guy holding the sword is Shigetsu. The redhead is my cousin Karin. And the big guy is Jugo. Guys, this is Shin, the priestess of the demon country. The 3 bow their heads out of respect. Shin smiled. Any friends of Naruto is welcome here, she said. Now then, you almost be hungry after your long flight here. So please, I will be honored if the 4 of you join me for dinner. As all of them nodded, splendid, and before dinner, you may all wash up inside my castle indoor bath. Soon enough, Naruto, Jugo, and Shigetsu were on one side relaxing, while Shin and Karin were on the other side. Shigetsu was kicking back in the water as he spoke. Oh yeah, this is what I needed after so many years of kept in prison. It's like all my troubles are being lifted away, Shigetsu said. Yeah, you're right, said Jugo, as he went down into the water until the water was at his neck. You said it, guys, Naruto says. He rested his arms on the ledge. On the other side, Karin went down into the water. Oh, this feels so heavenly. Thank you, Shin-sama. So, how do you know Naruto? Karin asked. Well, it was actually 3 years ago, Shin said. But then I was that generous as I been to you all moments ago. I was in fact a royal bitch. Pardon my language. No worries, said Karin. Anyway, I always have this special power of seeing and the foresight to see people death. Huh? Yeah, said Shin, as she told Karin about her story and about Naruto coming to the place when she saw his death. And she thought that he was going to die, but he proved all odds wrong. And he saved her life. Whoa, said Karin after hearing the story. While on the other side, Naruto was telling Shigetsu and Jugo the same story. You two really prevented what could have been the end of the world, said Jugo. Yeah, it seems that way, Naruto said. So, what happened with you two afterwards? Shigetsu asked. But then it cut back to the girls, with Karin asking Shin the same question. Well, I mentioned to Naruto that my power needs to be passed on to the next generation of priestess. I asked him if he wanted to help me with that, and he graciously accepted. What? Karin said, as the boys also shouted as well. Suigetsu then spoke. You agreed to become a father for her offspring? Yeah, said Naruto. Meanwhile, Shin was spoken to Karin. Naruto is a good person. Even when I tell him he's going to die, he kept rebuffing my warning, telling me that he will not die no matter what. When I was being targeted, he promised that he will protect me, and he will not let me die. I started to develop admiration for his determination, and then that turned into love, she said. I see, said Karin. I could ask no better a man to be the father of my future children, said Shin. Well, you could have asked worse people to fill that position, said Karin as she thought of Suigetsu. So Karin, is there anybody in your life that you're after? Asked Shin. Karin did a double take. What? What brought this on? Well, I'm just curious. After all, you're a young beautiful girl. As Karin blushed, well, I'm not looking for anybody this soon. Besides, I don't know too many guys, she said. Well, I hope you find someone out there deserving of you. Yeah, I hope so too, said Karin. After the bath, the entire group was sitting at a large table with a wide spread of food, and it was really delicious. You boys have quite the appetite, said Shin as she noticed Suigetsu and Jugo. She already knew about Naruto's large appetite as well. It's been so long since I've had such a good meal as this, said Jugo. Yeah, me too, said Suigetsu. Well, eat up, there's more than plenty for all. Sweet, said Suigetsu as he continued eating. So Naruto's recruited you three to help build up the strength of his soon-to-be restored village, Shin said. Yeah, that's right. We were all left to rot in those bases even before Orochimaru died, said Suigetsu. Then Naruto came and offered the three of us another chance of life, Jugo said. And if we restore Uzo, we will be a force to be reckoned with, said Karin. And I shall provide what service I can to see Uzo strive in the future, said Shin. Thanks again, Shin. You're amazing as always, Naruto said. You're welcome. Before you turn into night, I want you to meet me in my chambers to discuss more plans about Uzo, she said. But then she gave a small wink at the end, as Naruto could see right through the facade. I understand, he said. Later that night, the others were given guest room to sleep in, when Shin heard a knock on her palace door. Come in, she said, as Naruto stepped inside to see a king-size bed. Inside just looked for royals. As Naruto took a gulp when he saw Shin, as she was dressed in a see-through gown and she was wearing a black bra and black underwear under it. I am glad that you saw through my facade about coming here, she said. As Naruto smiled. I know you, he said. She smiled back. Now be a good sweetheart and come here and undress me, she said. Naruto undid the straps of her robe. With her robe loosened up, it fell down to the bed as Naruto just stared at her body. You can have a better look with these off, she said, as she pointed to her underwear. Now then, she said in a very soothing voice. How would you like to remove them? As she looked down his pants. I see, you're already getting excited. Now why don't you have your way with me, she said. Oh, with pleasure, he says. He moved forward. The next morning, Naruto and the others, after having breakfast, they were outside ready to leave. Must you go so soon, Shin asked. I'm afraid so, Shin, Naruto said. Still got others to talk to in the preparations for Uzo restoration. I understand, Shin said. But I'll be back, just you wait, Naruto said, giving her a wink, as she blushed a bit by that. As they said their goodbyes, and with that Naruto took off with them. So Naruto, where are we going now? Asked Jugo. Next stop is the sea country, Naruto said. I'm gonna introduce you to a friend of mine named Azurabe. But Naruto then stopped as his eyes widened, making the three of them curious. Naruto, are you okay? Suigetsu asked. As they stopped flying and they were hovering in mid-air. Naruto, what is going on? Karin said. As it turned out, Naruto was getting another premonition. This time, it was Yujito, as she was running through a dark tunnel. As he saw a sign, it said Kyberry Mines. As he saw her came to a halt, she had cuts and bruises over her body. As he saw who she was running from, it was two Akatsuki members. One of them he recognized from Shibuki's book. It was Kakazu, and the other one had silver hair and he had a 3-blade sight. He thrust it towards Yujito. No! Naruto suddenly shouted, as the group looked towards him. Yujito, he said. Naruto, what is going on? And who's Yujito? Said Suigetsu. But Naruto then turned, as he flew off with tremendous speed. Naruto, what's a rush? Karin said, as she tried to keep herself from vomiting, as they were moving incredibly fast. What is going on? Said Jugo. No time to explain, guys. One of my friends is in trouble. Bad trouble. Hang on, Yujito, I'm coming. I won't let you suffer the same fate as Gaara did, Naruto said, as he increased his speed. After a couple of minutes, Naruto arrived close to the land of lightning, where the mines were located. He landed and started to run into the mines, with his team following him. Naruto, wait, Karin called out. as she chased after him with the others. I still don't know what is going on, said Shigetsu. Why did you fly out here so fast, said Jugo. One of my friends is in trouble and I can't let her get captured. As Naruto ran down the tunnel, as he had the memory in his mind from his premonition. Her? Said Karin. Captured? Shigetsu said, confused as well. Yes, I saw members of the Akatsuki going after a fellow Jinchuriki and friend of mine. I let Gaara die, but I won't let another die. As he ran faster and faster, the three was trying to keep up. Damn it, he's moving too fast, Karin said. Naruto looked ahead as he heard explosions. Almost there, he says. He dashed towards the tunnel. As he finally arrived at the entrance, as he saw Yujito in a chakra cloak with the two Akatsuki members attacking her. Whoa, Shigetsu said after arriving. Are they the Akatsuki? Jugo asked. Yeah, that one. Right there is Kakazu. I heard about him from Taki Leader. And that one there I saw in the Mingo book. He's Hidan. Both of them can be dangerous, Naruto said. Fortunately, I'm just as dangerous. As he summoned a group of shadow clones that start to absorb nature energy. As all of them then create giant Rasengans. Alright boys, let's get to work, Naruto said. All of them leap down from the cliff and start to dive downwards, increasing their speed as they go down. Kakazu and Hidan quickly spin around and saw the large moons coming down on them because the way the cave was set up, the big ball Rasengans were blocking out any top half of the cave, so they couldn't really see anything but the bright light. Sage Art, Ultra Big Ball Rasengan, Naruto shouted as they brought down the attacks. As Naruto entered in the center, landing beside Yujito as the attacks rained down. Miss me, he said. Yujito could only blush. Well, a few minutes earlier would have been comforting, she said. Better late than never, Naruto said. The clones stopped their barrage and poofed away as they saw the two Akatsuki members lying on the ground. But then they simply got back up to their feet, looking a bit beaten. What? Yujito said. Damn it, damn it, damn it! What the hell was that? Hidan said. An ambush, Kakazu said. That damn attack took my earth and fire heart. Who the hell did... Who are you? Said Kakazu as he looked at Naruto. Someone who you just pissed off, Naruto said. Wait a minute. As Hidan narrowed his eyes at Naruto. Hey Hidan, he looks familiar, don't he? Asked Kakazu. What are you talking about, Kakazu? I've never seen this brat before in my life. Don't you remember what Itachi or Kisame said? As Hidan scratched the back of his head as he remembered whisker marks. Right here. Wait, this is the brat that has a Kyuubi? So it appears, Kakazu said. You Akatsuki think that you're gonna collect all the tail beasts? Well, as I stand here, I will never let that happen, Naruto shouted. But guys, be in this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notifications to be posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And stay in tune for the rest of the What Ifs coming your way. I already posted a new episode of What If Aizuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And over on Anime King, I post a new episode of What If Naruto was Otsutsuki King. And later on, I'm going to be posting What If Naruto was from the two greatest clans. So stay tuned for that as well, guys. And I hope you enjoy each and every episode. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we get into this new episode? Start the intro.